Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking Love During Lockup, Season 1, Episode 5.
Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks.
So before we get into the show, WeTV did announce that Love After Lockup will be back on Friday, March the 4th at 9 p.m. There will be 10 new episodes. These episodes will now be 90 minutes each, and I cannot wait. One of the best things I found out is that all the couples will be brand new except for Indy and Harry. We will see Indy and Harry, but we will not see any of the other former cast members in this season of Love After Lockup, meaning there is no Marcelino and Brittany and no Lacey and Shane. I am very thankful for that. So let's get started with the show. Indy and Harry. So Indy is all set out to meet Harry's sister, and she goes in to talk to Harry's sister, and she tells her that she talked to her psychic, and it was her psychic that told her that Harry was going to be getting out of jail soon and that she needed to move to Ohio. And I'm telling you, Harry's sister looked as if she was completely shocked and turned off. She says that she does not care for psychics whatsoever, and she cannot believe that this girl is getting her life advice from a psychic. Pretty much his sister is not here for Indy. She says that Indy is not being realistic, and there is no reason for her to come to Ohio not knowing for sure that he's going to get out and then finding out that he's going to be in a halfway house. She says that she is not here for a bunch of people moving into her house. So in other words, Indy, you and your family, your friends, your daughters cannot live with her. She is not here for that. Personally, I think it has to be phony. It has to be. I mean, did anybody notice when Indy was sitting on her couch, it looked as if she was wearing some kind of ankle monitor? If she's wearing an ankle monitor, how is she in Ohio? Did she get permission to come to Ohio? Have they mentioned that she was arrested in the past? And then she makes this comment about moving to Ohio and hoping that Harry's family will take care of her the way her family takes care of her. She mentions that her mom takes care of her financially and that she also takes care of her other needs. No, ma'am. Are you really truly expecting that Harry's family is going to financially support you and step in to take care of you and babysit for you? No, ma'am. His sister said that she does think that Indy is a sweet girl, but she is moving way too fast. And when Indy told her about the tattoo that Harry has of her and her two daughters and that he was talking about marriage, she said, this is really crazy. How are you guys talking about marriage? He's not even out of jail yet. In the end of this visit, Indy says that it was a good visit, but not in my opinion. In my opinion, I think that Harry's sister already thinks that something is wrong with her. Her mom takes care of her financially and emotionally and babysits and does all these other things for her. Why didn't she just stay in Baltimore and continue to be supported by her mom and the rest of her family? You know, her mom and her brother go out and meet up with a detective, and he explains to them the charges against Harry. And I was thinking to myself, you know, your mom is trying to help you. She's here for you. She's supporting you, and you are not paying attention. When she goes back to give this information to Indy, she takes Indy to the location of the robbery, and Indy acts as if she does not care. She's talking to her daughter, but Indy is like talking to a brick wall. This was an extremely violent crime. You know, the detective they spoke with said that Yolanda, Indy's mom, should look out for a heart tattoo that may be on his neck because it's some sort of gang affiliated tattoo or something. Personally, I don't think that Indy is going to care. I don't think there's anything that her mom or her brother could tell her that will make her change her mind about Harry. And clearly, because they're on the next season of Love After Lockup. But I do think in the end, she's going to get her heart broken. I think that she needs to sit down and talk with her family and figure out a way to get out of this. and stop spending so much time and money focused on this psychic. This psychic is getting your life all screwed up. And on a side note, does Yolanda's lipstick remind anybody of Chevelle's mom's lipstick? I mean, they're both wearing that same gold lipstick. Very interesting. Next up, we go to Ty, Hottie, and BB. Well, we find out that she's been arrested in the past for violence. And I said, I can see that. I can see that. She looks like the type that would have some violence. However, she does charge out of the beauty salon at a perfect stranger who is a customer trying to find out if she is Boston. She is lucky that that customer didn't have mace or that customer didn't haul off on her. I'm just saying. She decides that it may not be safe to wait around for Boston because Boston could be bringing anything. So she decides to leave and then meet with Boston later on her own turf. Personally, I think that her and Boston should both just go their separate ways. You don't need to meet up. You don't need to talk. You don't need to fight. There's no need for physical violence, especially for a man who is in jail. We do finally see Boston, who happens to arrive just minutes after Ty leaves, and she lets us know that she is Hottie's woman, that she has been his woman for 12 years. She is the number one, and that he is clearly just using Ty. And I chuckled a little. And then I said, girl, he is using Ty and you. Both of you are idiots for fighting over a dude who is in jail, number one. Ty has given this dude $15,000. And Lord knows how much Boston has given him. Both of you need to move on with your lives, okay? And just like I said last week, she said she has had Hottie's password to his social media for ever. And I said that. I said the same way Ty has his passwords to social media, so does Boston. And she admitted that she posted Ty's news just to be petty. I don't get it. My thing is this. Ty has all these inmates. She's got inmates here, inmates there, inmates everywhere. Why can't you just cut off things with Hottie and talk to one of your other inmates? Why do you have to keep getting into arguments with this Boston girl? Who cares? Both of you are really doing too much for a guy who is doing nothing for the two of you. If I was Ty, I would tell Boston she can have him. And then I would block him, her, and anybody else affiliated with them on everything. Social media, all three of my cell phones, emails, all of it. Move on, let it go. Focus on your career as a mortician and your children. This man is in jail and he's still pimping. Y'all better go on with y'all self. SANTIBA and TALSEY. Now, honey, listen. SANTIBA is on cloud 9. She is hanging out with her girlfriends. She is letting them know that TALSEY is about to get out of jail. And she is so excited. She is going to fly down to Florida and then drive 5 hours to Georgia. And it's just going to be her and TALSEY in the car. This is going to be the first time that she has ever met this man. She is at home packing her suitcase with all this lingerie and all these new clothes. And I was so happy to see all of her new clothes had tags on it because she's lost all that weight. I'm very proud of her and her weight loss. I know the struggle. You know, her one friend looked completely shocked. She did have one friend who definitely has a little common sense. She pretty much tells her that she needs to slow down. She is definitely moving too fast. She needs to be careful about her moves in this relationship. She doesn't really know this guy. Her friend also asked her, she said, are you sure that you're in love with him and not just in lust with him? And personally, I think it's lust. She's seen photos of him and they've had these emails, but she's never met this man face to face. I think that she is just completely in lust and she's in love with an idea of what it's going to be like when he gets out of jail. So then she gets this call from TALSEY saying that he's not going to be getting out when he told her that he was. There's some sort of paperwork issue. There's some sort of mishap, and he may not get another date until about a month from now. And my first thought was, is he lying? Is he saying this just to guarantee that she will not be in Florida when he gets released? Because he did ask her not to come. I think that SANTIBA is at an age where she knows that this is not cute and this is not the right thing to do. This is too far to go for a man that you don't really know. And it really is starting to get kind of sad. I feel for her because I think she's going to end up with a total broken heart. And this is just a lot of foolishness. I don't know. I don't know if she's actually going to get to be with him when he checks into the halfway house, or if he's just absolutely going to ghost her and then that's how the relationship ends. I'm not really sure, but I am really positive that TALSEY and SANTIBA are not together, that TALSEY is engaged to somebody else. I feel sorry for her, but at the same time, she did it to herself. Haley and Dalton. So Haley gets a call from her attorney Buzz's office and asks her if she could come down because he wanted to have a conversation with her. And to me, Buzz is a real hero. Buzz really cares about her. He treats her as if she's a daughter instead of a client. And I know that he really means well. He lets her know that after she told him about all the money that she had given Dalton, that he decided to look a little further into Dalton and found an ex-girlfriend of Dalton who is gotten into a lot of trouble, and she's got a bunch of fines that need to be paid before she goes off to court, because if the fines are not paid, it's possible that she'll go to prison. And he remembered that Dalton had recently asked Haley for $500, and he says that the $500 that she gave Dalton, he believes Dalton has given this money to the ex-girlfriend. Personally, I think that she is a current girlfriend. And I remember last week I said, and I don't remember which inmate I was referring to, but I said you can give an inmate money and they can give this money to somebody else. So it seems that Dalton has given the money that Haley has been giving him to his ex-girlfriend, which I believe is his current girlfriend. Haley was absolutely devastated. She was crying, and I truly did feel for her. But when she makes the statement that that's money that she could have gave her son and that she has spent more money on him than she has her son, that really ticked me off, because I said, you know what? This little boy is innocent. He is special. He is your child. You do not know this criminal. You do not know this GED genius. And you are giving him money that could have been given to your little boy. You could have started a college fund. You could have put in some sort of trust fund. You could have taken him to Disney. You could have done 100 things for this little boy. But instead, you gave it to this criminal con man, in my opinion. And he is allegedly giving it off to his ex-girlfriend. And I'm hoping that by her attorney sharing this information with her and her getting this cold slap to the face, I'm hoping that this makes her think, cut this man off. Stop all communication. Do not send him any money. Do not talk to him anymore. Let this go. Move on with your life, because you are being used, and this is not fair to you. You deserve better. But not only do you deserve better, Hendrix definitely deserves better than this. Max and Tara. So, I really don't pay attention to Max, because Max is lying. Max is odd. And it just seems to me that Max is only on here so that he could be on TV. In the interview that I had seen with Tara a couple weeks back, she did say that she made 2 or 3 phone calls to him, but that they were never really together, and that she believed that he only wanted to talk to her so that he would have a reason to be on this show. And to me, it's just a waste of our time, and they're playing with the viewers. Get rid of Max altogether. Gabby and Chris. So Gabby goes and meets with Chris's brother, Steven, and they're having a conversation, and she thinks that she's going to be able to get some information out of Steven. Personally, I think she's confused. Steven is Chris's brother, not your brother. She's asking Steven if he thinks that Chris is cheating on her. What in the world makes this girl think that his brother is going to tell you the truth or give you any information? It's his brother. He's not going to tell you that. And then she goes on to say that she's not a gold digger, and she knows that his mother and sister thinks she is, and that she really loves him. And my thought is this: if you really love this guy, you know that he received $150,000 for being beat in prison. Why would you spend $60,000 of this man's money frivolously? And why would you be trying to get an additional $30,000 for a wedding dress when you could have gone down to David's Bridal and found a dress for $500 or less, or $1,000 or less, or even something beautiful on their $99 sale? He's not even out of jail. And then the other comes back and says, I promise, he trusts you way too much to play you. Buddy, bye. Who is believing this? Just her, not anybody with common sense. I think she just wants him to hurry up and get out of prison so she can spend the rest of his money. And I do appreciate that his brother said, talk less and show more. You know, quit all this talking and show people that you really are who you say you are and you really care about him the way you say you do. And I think that she needs to stop playing around with this man's mom. He said that his mom is very no nonsense. She's very protective and she's not going to put up with a whole bunch of stuff. Then she says something about everybody's going to be kissing her ass at the end of this. I don't think so. But I do think that everybody is going to kick your ass out of this family at the end of this. Girl, you are doing too much. You are a spoiled brat. Anyway, you guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.